Morning, Chris. Another phenomenal weekend for the stable, winning the Derby with Hawkspur, plus Red Tracer and Moriarty winning Group 2 races in Queensland.
Yeah, it was a great weekend, Haylie, and I think what it showed was how our system's working, not just Queensland winning Group 1 races and performing at the highest level, but also the rest of the country with winners in Sydney, including a listed win with She's Clean and a win in Melbourne with Fulger. Looks like he's going places.
And then also in Queensland, Villanova and Zoostar lost no admirers in the JJ Atkins.
Yeah, the winner, who is a very good horse, had all favours in front. Zoostar just got bottled up in behind him, and poor old Villanova was out 3 wide the entire journey once again. So they'll get their chances for Group 1s in the spring, both nice colts, and they've come through their runs well.
Brilliant. We had a bit of rain here yesterday at Rose Hill. How do you think the track's going to play out on Saturday?
All depend on how the weather is in the 24 hours leading into the meeting. The track here at Rose Hill is an amazing surface. It dries very quickly. Probably in the winter it's a little bit slower than other months, but it's still a good base all the same. So as long as it's fine from Friday afternoon onwards, I think it'll be a slow track. Obviously if we get more rain it'll soon fall, we'll stay in that heavy range, but we'd be hoping for a slow track for most of our runners.
Okay, so we've got runners in all 8 races on the day. Starting off is Amavadio. He was an impressive debut winner and is having his 3rd up run on Saturday.
Last start his run was better than his finishing placing. He was stuck down on the wrong part of the track, and I think that was the reason for his defeat. So we'll be hoping to learn a bit more about him on Saturday and hopefully gets a bit more luck in the run.
Okay. In the next race, Oompa and Relaxed and Happy step out over 1,200 metres this time.
Both horses are going well enough, but coming off the back of defeats last start. Relaxed and Happy went way too hard out in front, so we'll be looking at riding him a lot more controllably this week. Natural Willa goes back aboard him, and Oompa, I think it was either the wet track or 1400 that tripped him up last start, so he's reverting back to 1200, probably going to be on a wet track, so we'll just see how he handles the wet back to the 1200 metre distance, which he seems to prefer.
In race 3 we've got 2 3-year-olds stepping out over 1500 metres in Gullible and Loophole.
Loophole, he's work in progress. He's a lovely Lonhro colt that we're still looking to learn a bit more about. I think he'll appreciate to getting onto a much roomier track such as Rose Hill, and we'll give him every chance to take the next step up. Gullible, she went down fighting last start, and awkward draw, so just needs a few things to go her way on Saturday, but certainly up to that class.
Okay, in the 1400 metre fillies and mares handicap, Titbit and Berry Miller for the stable.
Berry Miller was good first up, just ran in behind the place getters and should improve on that run. Titbit, she's been knocking on the door, and I think this is her race on Saturday, albeit a pretty competitive field, but she's drawn well. I think the 1400 metres will suit her on a heavy track.
And then next we've got Nocturnal, Seedcom and Tromso in the Sydney Markets handicap.
Track will need to improve for Tromso. He didn't handle it at all last start, so it needs to be getting back to the better side of slow at least for him. Seedcom, he's been up for a very long time. We're just trying to earn a bit of prize money with him, and he looks very well placed. I think the distance is right, and we might even be able to ride him a touch quieter on Saturday. Touch closer, on Saturday. So that'll be interesting to see how he reverts to that type of riding. And Nocturnal ran a brilliant race first up when running second, and this is her type of race. She's racing against the opposite sex, but does look well placed.
And Val Rosso, the big boy, he's set to resume over 1100 metres.
Yeah, I'd like to see a slow track for him. If it was heavy, I'd consider not running. He's come back well, had a very long break, and he looks to have come back in great shape. So he should be in for a good prep, but we'll just place him carefully through the winter months to avoid the heavy surfaces.
Okay. Disciples looking for 3 in a row, stepping up to the 1350 metres with stablemate Key West also in the race.
I think Disciple's ready to take that step up, and as we've seen his return in great form. Heavy track's a bit of a concern with him, so hopefully we get that fine weather that we're looking like getting over the next 48 hours. Awkward draw, but he's pretty versatile. We're claiming 3 kilos with John Kissick on him. So with apprentices, you just need a little bit of luck. Hopefully he handles the situation well. And Key West, I think he'll appreciate the step up in distance. Just been a little bit flat-footed over the 1200 metre journeys in his first 2 runs, so stepping up to 1350 might have a better turn of foot on Saturday.
And then for the stayers over 2,000 metres, will be represented by Firebolt and Elo.
Firebolt just working his way back into form. I wouldn't say he's been disappointing, but he's still improving and he needs to improve a bit more. So we'll be looking for that on Saturday. Elo, thought his run last start was terrific. He went down narrowly on a day that it was very hard to make up ground. He's drawn very well on Saturday, so hopefully we'll be a touch closer in the run.
Finally, from the Melbourne stable, Secessio's entered for Moonee Valley over the 2040 metres, but you're unsure whether you'll run him at this stage.
Yeah, I'll run him on a heavy track. If it's better than heavy, we'll seriously look at scratching. There's a 2,500 metre race at Flemington the following week, which I think he's ready for now. But if it was a heavy track at Moonee Valley, we would run, and he'd be a good chance. He's working his way gradually back into form.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Chris. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Haylie.